Hello, I'm Ann Keeler Evans. The priestess and peacemaker is in with a reading on the bright of the moon using the Major Arcana deck from my Peacemaker's Tarot for the 21st century. Each night, I draw one card asking us to think differently about furthering our journey on the peace path. The bright of the moon has arrived and it's time to dance in its beauty. Night 1, count your blessings. Night 2, celebrate the peace path and your work. Night 3, commit with new vision to the peace you pass. Following these 3 readings, I offer a consolidation reading reviewing the arc and combined possibilities of these 3 cards. How will you adjust your course for peacemaking with the moon from this reading?
Hello, here we are at March's full moon already. How does that happen? Things just keep going on, and this is a big full moon. The March moon is the moon of emergence. And I'm spending the month exploring emergence in poetry and in my writings. And I wanted to talk about it here because this is the commemoration that 5 years ago, on March 20th, we went into lockdown. And so life is changing. And there's still diseases around, but we live, fairly luckily, we live a good life. And that's exciting. This is also an interesting moon because we are now about to have, actually, at the end of tonight, we are about to enter into a full lunar eclipse. They're calling it a red lunar eclipse, but I suspect all lunar eclipses are red because it hides in shadows of the earth and it changes the quality of life that gets reflected on it. So that starts at about 12 o'clock tonight, I think. And so I was interested in view, too, of all of the very bizarre stuff that is going on in this country at the moment and responsively around the world to see what the cards would offer. And on the first night, which is when we're called to look at counting our blessings, we were invited to count power as our blessing. Our relationship with power matters. Our society is built on inequalities of power and exclude increasing numbers of people. Challenge that model. You don't deal with inequality by repudiating power. Instead, you strengthen your core. As a peacemaker, figure out how to use power to make the world safer, healthier, and more just. Don't ignore the challenge to consider whether your actions are just and healthy for you, the rest of your community, and the world. And the Möbius that we are working with in power is generating. What is the flame at the center that powers your life? What sparks it? Is it quiet and gentle, or intense and focused, or even a roaring conflagration? How do you live your life to keep that flame alive? And sharing. A peacemaker's power is shared power. The advantages that some of us have from birth are to be shared, allowing power to grow as you join others in working from their power. So, power. This is a good time to watch what's going on in this world and how people are using power, but also to consider how you're going to be using power to both generating it and sharing it to develop the peace path. and develop a safety network for all of those who are going to be falling out from what's going on as the people in the regime here are working to dismantle any power that we have. But they can't take our power from us. They can mess with us. They can mess with our money. That's scary. But we are powerful peacemakers. I believe in us. So let's really think about what our power is. Let's celebrate it. Let's be grateful for it and think about whether or not we generate power or we share power. And perhaps we do both, but which we do when. And if you're a lot toastier than I am, maybe you'll get up in the middle of the night and watch that beautiful eclipse. And I think I might be sleeping. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon.
Find out more about me at AnnKeelerEvans.org. Support me at patreon.com, AnnKeelerEvans. Following the moon is a lovely way to measure and celebrate life's beauty and bounty. Please join me. Salam, shalom, peace, blessed be.